Good morning, friends. Welcome to KB Panda English Medium School online class. Today we are going to learn History Standard 6, Lesson number 5th, Religious Traits in Ancient India. First point, Jainism. Second one is Buddhism. Third one is Judaism. Fourth one is Christianity, Islam and Jomini station. Towards the end of the Vedic period, the minute details of the yajna rites acquired under the importance. Only the priestly presently class had a knowledge of those the details. Other on to be a large had to be a freedom to guide the knowledge. The Varna system as the restorations become very hard in the course of a time, as the persons as a social positions was decided by the Varna into which he had born rather than by his the achievements. This is why from the Upanishad period we see that the empathize very overly made, which has a born the rather them by his the achievement. That is why from to be a Upanishad period we see that the attempts were made to be a give as the wider scope to the religious thought and not the restrict it only by the yajna right. However, the thought into the Upanishads focused on to be existence and a natures of the soul. It was difficult for to the ordinary people to understood it. This gives a rise to the different seats of the emphasized the worship of to be a particular details from the for example Shiva said of a Shiva worship and the Vishnu Vaishnava said said the of the worship of Vishnu. Different previous were the written of the references to those the details. First one is Jainism. Jainism is one of the ancient religion of in the India. These religions gave the importance to the principles of non-violence. According to the Jain traditions, as persons who revolve the religion's knowledge is known as the Triratnakar. Tirthankar. There have been 24 Tirthankars in all. The Vardhaman Mahavir is the 24th Tirthankar in the Jain religious tradition. Vardhaman Mahavir 1599 BCE to 527 BCE. Before here BCE means before Christ era. There was a Mahajan Padas known as the Virjai in what it is known as to be a state of the Bihar today. Its capital was the Vaishali. Vardhaman Mahavir was born in Kundagram, a part of the Vaishali. His father's name was Siddhartha and mother names Trishala. Vardhaman Mahavir life his home and called the contract to the attachments of the knowledge. He attended the establishments after the 12.5 year of the religious tapa. This knowledge was a pure or a keval. Therefore, he is also known as the Kevali. He was called the Jain or the conqueror because he derived from the physical comfort of the descript field of the due to the undertook thought had as an impact of the version of him. The terms of the Jain derives from to be a word Jain. Vardhaman is a cites to be a Mahavir because he had the restlessness of the courage to acquire all the prison after the attendancy of the knowledge of the preachers of about the 30 years. He explained the issues of the religions to the people to make it easy for people to understand it. He spoke them is the Ardhamakdi, a people's language, the religious that the expanded leads trees of the good condition. The Panch Mahavratas. Next one is the Panch Mahavratas, the five great views. These are five rules to follow the strictly. Ahimsa, non-violence. No living beings should be hurt of the injured or the harmed through the one's behavior. Satya, trades. Every speech and the ancient should be a true. Astheya, non-settling. The astheya means a throw, the talking that belongs to other without their consent in a there of the settling. Astheya means not settling anything. Aparigraha. Here it means aparigraha means non-achievement. Man trades to the equivalent property due to be a great aparigraha means not hoarding or the accumulating anything in the way. Brahmacharya, it means living bodily preserves and following the views. Triratna, the three jewels. The three ratnas were the three principles of the Samyak Darshan, Samyak Jnana and Samyak Charitra. Samyak means balanced. Samyak Darshan, first one is Samyak Darshana. Then understand the truth of the purging of the three ratnakars and to have to be a fight in it. Next one is second number Samyak Jnana, studying the presenting and the philosophically of the Tirthankars, regulars and the ruling learning its a deep meaning. Samyak Charitra, strictly following the five great views, essence of his teaching. Among the teachings of the Mahavir, Anya Ashtanga is considered to the very important into the equator of the truth. It means a pluralism or the multiple viewpoints in a one's quite of the truth. If we cause to the only one of to accept or the viewpoints and draw the consequences, the whole truth is not known. Vardhaman Mahavir told the peoples that to be a greatness of a man does not depend on the varna but on his the excellent conduct. In the Vedic tradition, the doors of the knowledge had all been closed to the own. But as the Vardhaman's Mahavir gives the rights of the sannyasa, it the rights to be reasons to the world, the women's The omens to his teachings were a living all the living things have a Mercury and the companion and the leaves of a lot leaves. Buddhism. Gautam Buddha. Next one is Buddhism. Gautam Buddha 563 BCE to 483 BCE. It means BCE means before Christ era. Gautam Buddha was born in a Lumbini in Nepal. His father's name was a Shuddhodhan and the mother's name Maya Devi. His birth name was a Siddhartha. He has attained a knowledge of the human life in its the eternity. That is why he comes to known as the Bodha. He wanted to know there was a sorrow and the suffering in the human life. He left his home and all the comfort in a present of the answer to his question. On the Vishakha Purnima, he has a sitting into the deep meditation under the people tree at the you were near the city of the Gaya in Bihar. That is when he attained the Bodhi, the establishment of the highest knowledge. The tree is known as to be a Bodhi tree. See, look at this picture, student. This is a Bodhi tree. And the place of the Varnas is known as a Bodhiak. He delivered his first Srimon and the Sarnath near the Varanasi. His teaching is the first sermon are a trade of the Dhamma. He set into the motions to the will of the Dhamma in his sermon. Therefore, this event is called as a Dhamma Chakra Parivartan in the Pali, and the Dhamma Chakra Parivartana is Sanskrit later. He traveled of a feet for a nearly 45 years to the preaches of the Dhamma. He is a preached in the peoples of the language Pali in the Buddhism as the concepts of the talking the refuse of the Buddha Dhamma and the slight of the important. It is known as to be a transform to the essence of the Dhamma to expanded is as follows. Arya Satya, noble truth. There are the four truths of the roots of all the human affairs. They are called the noble truth of the Arya Satya. Dukha, suffering. There is a suffering in a human life. The cause of the dukkha. There is a causes of the suffering. Dukkha nivaran. It is possible to end the suffering. Pratipada. Pratipada means the way. This was leads to the end of a suffering. This is the way of a good condition. It is known as the ashtanga of the eight of flood of a faith. Panchashil. Next one is Panchashil. Gautam Buddha asked the people to follow the five rules. The rules are called the Panchashila. Stay away from the killing animals. Stay away from the stealing. Stay away from the unethical conduct. Stay away from the telling lie. Stay away from the intoxicants. Buddhi. Next one is essence of the teaching. Gautam Buddha as the conduit to the feats of the freedoms of the human intelligence. He refused to discriminations based on the things like a varna. No one is a greater or the similar by the birth. Greatness as it depends on one's behavior or the conducts on of the famous quotes of that even the little quails can spread of the freely in his nest. These show his teachings on the views of the freedom and the equality. He pursued that the like a man, woman too had to be rights to their own upliftment. He opposed the rights of the yajna. His teachings of the wisdom, moral words of the shield and the other values are the animals at the flows of the man. Next one is Lokayat, the ancient trade of the throw of the known as the Lokayat of the Charvak is also important. It established the independent thought and rejected the orthodoxy of the Veda. Judaism, the people belonging to the Jivas of the religious may have to be arrived into the Kochi, into the Kerala, and around into the first to trade of the country of the Christian era. They believed that there is only one God. Judaism established the ethic of the truth, peace, love, companionism, humility, charity, as ethical speech, and the self-respect. Next one is Christianity. Christianity is a religious founded by the judge of the Christian. It has spread all over the world. Saint Thomas, on one of the 12 disciples of the Christ, comes to be a Kerala in the 40th century. At the Christian era, he established of the church at the Palayar in a Trichuri districts in a 52 CE. According to the teaching of the Christianity, there is only one God. He is a living a father of all, is a amendment. It is believed that a judge of the Christians into the son of the God who comes to be the earth of the salvations of the mankind. According to the teachings of the Christianity, we are all the brothers and sisters. We should love everyone, including our enemies. We should forgive those who errs or go wrong. The Bible is the holy book of the Christianity. Look at this picture, student. Church. Next one is Islam. Islam is the inotheist religions. There is only one Allah, and the Muhammad is a preaches. His message of the God is revolved through him in the holy book of the Qur'an of the surface. The word Islam means a peace. It also means the surrenders to the Allah. The teachings of the Islam is that Allah is the eternal upstate of the powerful and the merciful. The purposes of the human existence in his worship Allah. The Quran surface provides the guidance on how man should behave in his life. Next one is Zoroastrianism. Since the ancient time, the Zoroastrianism peoples of the Vedic people has shared a trace of the sacred of the text of the preachers of the Zoroastrianism people in a Avesta. The language of the Rigveda and the Avesta is the similar. The precious comes to be a India from to be a praises of a fire of the previous of the Iran. Okay, all of you understand, student?